A couple times in American history, an election has been so heavily predicted to be in favor of one side, but the results were the complete opposite. I firmly believe that the biggest example of this is in the 1948 presidential election. Back in 1945, Franklin Roosevelt was thrown in as president for the fourth time just a month before he died. He passed the torch on to Harry Truman, who swiftly ended the Second World War by unpopularly at that time dropping two atomic bombs on Japan. He was also viewed as a weak presidential candidate. His Republican opposition, Thomas Dewey, even though he had lost the election in 1944, he was a highly popular New York governor who was predicted to win at least 350 electoral votes in this election, given all of these circumstances. Although Truman had won the Democratic nomination for the 1948 election, the southern wing of the party was heavily angered and fielded a candidate for themselves named Strom Thurmond. In 1948, the South was a Democratic stronghold, so this was very good news for Thomas Dewey and the Republicans, which basically meant Truman was losing votes, so obviously that's good news for them. To show even more cracks in the Democratic Party, back in 1940, Franklin Roosevelt had a different vice presidential candidate named Henry A. Wallace, and many people thought that Henry A. Wallace was a communist. So the Democrats were concerned that elevating a potential communist during the Cold War would lead to a divided Union and make America a sitting duck for Soviet aggression. This made Wallace mad, so he started the Progressive Party. The Progressive Party, though, stood no real chance of winning this election. Before we reveal the results of the election, I'd like to give out some honorable mentions for the biggest shock election in American history. Like in 1796, when Adams beat Jefferson, 1824, when Adams beat Jackson, 1844, when Polk beat Clay, 1876, where Hayes beat Samuel Tilden, 1912, where Wilson beat Taft and Roosevelt, 1960, where Kennedy beat Nixon, and of course in 2016, when Trump beat Clinton. Well, here are the results. Harry Truman won after an energetic campaign, winning 303 out of the 266 electoral votes needed to win. Truman also beat Dewey in the popular vote by over 3 million votes and 4% of the votes overall. Dewey won 189 votes, and Thurmond won only 1 million votes, I'm assuming all in the South, amounting to 2%, winning 39 electoral votes, winning the states of Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, and a faithless elector in Tennessee. And that's it. Do you agree with me that this was the most surprising of the shock elections, or was I just wrong about this one too? Peace.